And we're traveling around New Zealand in our sweet girl, Doris the van. This time, we head to the North Island, get into some cold water, make some bad decisions in the redwood forest, and I attempt to climb a waterfall. Yikes. So join us as we make our way through the heart of the North Island.
So it's 1:50 a.m. and we are boarding the ferry to go to the North Island.
We need to zoom up through the center of the North Island to get to Auckland in a few days, as we have a special surprise event there. We did not book our ferry ticket in advance, and you're not allowed to stay in your car, so that's why we have to sleep here. Yay.
How are you feeling?
We arrived in Wellington, had a coffee or 3, and then headed to a free campsite just outside town.
Well, it is pretty miserable outside. Doris keeps rolling from the wind hitting it, and it's really intense. But we're
It's
pretty
safe.
cozy.
It's cozy.
Cozy inside, playing
Kate's
some...
getting her ass wet at Catan.
Well, debatable. Can you see how miserable it is out there? Miserable.
But after a wild night, Wellington turned on the sun. More time in Wellington on our way back down, so for now it was time to hit the road and find a cool campsite. So pretty, but we had to keep heading north.
Danger cliff.
You pick up all these different like cuts.
So we just went up Mount a really great mountain.
What's it called?
Ruapehu.
Huh? But what's the mountain called?
Ruapehu. Come on! What is it?
Ruapehu.
Ruapehu. That's basically what I said. It's not like I was saying crazy stuff. That was pretty much it.
What is it?
Ruapehu? Oh my gosh, one more time.
It's actually called Ruapehu.
Ruapehu.
But I think we should call it Ruapehu.
Ruapehu. We just went up Mount Ruapehu, and it was gorgeous. It's summer obviously, so there's not much snow, but it was still, it's really like, you can sort of see out here. It's like the moon. It's a very, James says it's a very active volcano still.
It's like the moon, but it's not. It's Ruapehu.
This little gem is just down the road from Mount Ruapehu. You may recognize it as Gollum's Pool from the Lord of the Rings movie, if you are a nerd like me.
So, Kate and I did, when we first arrived in New Zealand, did a little Wim Hof, which is cold water and breathing. And the trick to getting into cold water is just stay relaxed. Don't do the big mouth breathe. Slow breathe through the nose. That's how we've been told to do it.
The Wim Hof method involves getting into really cold water for about 1 minute to 2 minutes at a time, basically until your body stops freaking out. It is hard, but we have gotten better over time, and the feeling when you finally get out is just magic. Here I caught James doing his warm-up moves, and he tries to cover it, but we all saw. As we continued down the road, there was a sign for a Maori historical site, and we decided to check it out.
Look at you in your little satchel. Adorable.
That's exactly what we need.
So these were the sites where these bushes are of Maori dwellings, which is pretty cool. Which were discovered when they were trying to build storage when they were building power lines. So that island out there was once a fortified village, and the chief of that village hid another chief and from his enemies. And to say thank you, the chief that he had hidden did a war chant, a haka, and he performed kamate kamate. All Blacks do that haka, which is amazing. I've known that haka for a long time, ever since I used to play rugby, but I didn't know where it was from, and it turns out it was created right out there in 1820.
If you didn't know, Maori are the indigenous people of New Zealand, and although they were forced off most of their land by European settlers, or Pakeha, Maori culture and traditions and people are still very much alive and influential in modern New Zealand. We're really grateful to be guests here, and as good guests, it's important to respect the land, respect the history, and make an effort to remember the Maori place names. This is near Mount Ruapehu, by the way.
How's the kitchen tonight?
Pretty good view.
Happy?
Good view. Yeah, pretty happy kitchen.
So we're just coming to the end of a rather lovely day here on our trip. We're on Lake Taupo. Kate's whipping up some Mexicano, delicious. And we're on our way to our campsite, but we just decided that we'd stop off here because it's just too beautiful.
It was the end of another long and beautiful day on this amazing island, and wow, did we feel grateful and privileged to be here.
Pre-morning workout.
Can you explain your outfit real quick?
Well, kicking things off with the Berkeys. Next up we got some red shorts.
New shorts, new swim shorts.
New swimmers. And of course,
My puffer jacket.
the jacket, which doesn't have anything underneath. Shh, don't tell anyone. What are you up to?
I was cold and I just finished making toast and the pan was hot. So I'm just being very efficient with energy and just using the
Oh,
frying pan
yaha!
to warm my body.
Wow, What a truly great and awesome idea, but no time to bask in my genius. It was time to explore.
The water is so perfectly clear and beautiful. It's nice to swim in.
Not so much here though.
Over there, it's good.
So we headed over there, and the local kids gave me some advice and encouragement about where to jump in.
Jump!
Okay, I'm just gonna jump really far.
If you're in New Zealand in the summer and you're not swimming every day, you're messing up. Next, we had to find somewhere for lunch. Lunch achieved.
So we've made it to the redwood forest outside Rotorua. We're having a cup of coffee.
So we parked up last night in Rotorua next to some lovely campers who thought it was cool to run their engine well through the night. And very smelly. It was actually, I really like the smell, but it's pretty strong.
Because, and it's smelly because there's a lot of geothermal activity around here. So it wasn't just, I just want to clarify about the source of the smells here. It was geothermal pools. We just saw a couple of runners come by and they didn't have any shoes on. They were barefoot. So we have it in our head that we're gonna go barefoot for our walk. Which sounds exciting, but
yeah,
we might regret it. Check out how massive these ferns are. They're as long as my whole body, which is 6 foot. Anyway, look at that. That's some dinosaur nonsense.
How the bare feet going for you?
Pretty good. It's nice ground, but every once in a while you get a little rock that right when you're relaxing.
Occasionally you get like a really nice spongy bit. It's just like, oh yeah, good sponge.
Walking barefoot is supposed to be quite good for your feet and your knees, and you walk more normally and you strengthen the foot. And these are the things that I'm telling myself every time I hit a rock. You're strengthening your feet. So the silver fern on the Kiwi flag.
It's not on the flag. It's a national identity.
Oh, it's not on the flag. They were maybe going to change it to be on the flag, but then they didn't. They decided to keep basically Australia's flag. It just looks a lot like Australia's flag. I'm just saying. Anyway, but it doesn't look silver when you first look at it. It looks silver.
Green. Silver.
It's really pretty.
And we were just getting started. Redwood trees aren't native to New Zealand, which is why the ferns here can grow so big, and maybe why it has this very impressive and unique energy that's pretty special. Although,
Little update on the bare feet. Kate's developed a pretty sweet walking technique.
Well, it got
quite boppy.
It got very gravelly all of a sudden. It was fine when it was spongy, but now it's all gravelly. And my feet are really cold, so it just makes all the little stones hurt more.
Cool.
All right, show us the damage.
No, I'm good. My feet are fine.
No, but underneath.
Just
Oh, wow, that's pretty clean. I don't know why yours are so clean and mine are so dirty. So we have had this plan to go to Tarawera Falls, and we thought we could just go out there. A little bit of more investigating. You need a permit to access these private forestry roads, which you can get at the eyesight, like information center in the middle of town. It's really easy to find. They were super friendly and super informative. It's $10 to get the permit, so nothing. And yeah, we're on our way.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, unsealed road.
Doris loves an unsealed road.
She does. It doesn't seem to be too bad. I mean, we're only like 30 seconds in.
Yeah.
I know. God.
Sweet, here we are at the falls. Doris is parked up, we're gonna leave poor Doris. She'd love to come with us, but it's just not her moment. Holy smoly.
Can you believe that water? That is just incredible. It's so beautiful. I'm so excited to get to these falls.
But first, we had to stop for a swim, obviously. The current was actually pretty swift here, as I found out.
Further that way. Go!
Eventually, however, I did escape, no thanks to James, and we continued our walk on this incredible trail. It's only about 15 minutes to the falls, but it crisscrosses the river, it goes through the jungle, it's just gorgeous. Finally, however, we did arrive.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if you can see, but the water's coming straight out of the rock. The stream disappears a little way upstream. It disappears into the rock, and this is where it comes out again. I've never seen that before in my life.
You know when you see something high and you feel like, ooh, I just have to climb it? Is that just me? Well, anyways, we had some lunch, and then I decided to give it a go. It was slimy and slippery, and even though I've done some climbing in the past, it was actually kind of sketchy. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this, but it was pretty fun, even though
There's an eel in there! Ah!
next time, we become beach bums, stay in a treehouse, and finally make it to Auckland, with some bumps along the way. So we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.